Congratulations to all of the nominees. Judge Mahalchek, you remember a case called Yentzer v. Potter County?
I have a recollection that I presided over that case. I don't know if I recall the details of it.
Okay, and you were reversed, is that right?
I believe that was a case that I issued. I was a magistrate judge in that role and in the referral role on it, and it was reviewed by the district court, yes.
And you were reversed, right?
I don't recall in that case if the report and the recommendation was adopted in full or not adopted in full, but yes.
The higher court said you incorrectly analyzed qualified immunity and you incorrectly cited the 11th Amendment. Do you remember a case called Myers v. Clinton County Correctional Facility?
I recall that case as well.
And you were reversed in that case too, weren't you?
I believe it was adopted in part, yes.
Do you remember a case called Dennis v. Sheridan?
Yes, I believe I recall that case as well.
And you were reversed in that case too?
I believe that R&R was not adopted in full, correct, yes.
Okay, but you were reversed.
It was not adopted, yes,
Is that
by
the
the
same
district
thing
court.
as being reversed?
It's a different, the district court declined to adopt the report and
The
recommendation
higher court
in
said
full.
you were wrong.
The district court disagreed with my report, yes.
Yeah, okay. Do you remember a case called Shania v. East Pennsboro?
Yeah, the Shanias are pro se plaintiffs who have brought a number of cases, so I'm not sure which one you're referring to, but yes.
I'm just curious, you were reversed in that case too, were you not? In
part, yes.
Okay. Do you remember a case called Spanier v. Libby?
Yes, I do.
The president of Pennsylvania State University was convicted of covering up child sex abuse crimes. And you let him go on a habeas corpus petition. And the Third Circuit reversed you, is that right?
I directed that a new trial should be held with a different jury instruction, and the Third Circuit disagreed and found that he had received the due process he was entitled to, yes.
Well, the Third Circuit said you failed to cite, analyze, or properly apply the relevant case law. You were reversed, right?
The Third Circuit reversed my decision, yes.
Okay. Do you remember a case called Hassel v. Centric Bank?
I vaguely recall that case, yes, Senator.
You were reversed, weren't you?
I believe the district court failed to declined to adopt my recommendation, yes.
Do you remember a case called Ramsey v. Amtrak?
Yes, I do.
And the higher court reversed you in that case too, didn't they?
The district court concluded that I was correct in finding that the petitioner did not pay a filing fee, and where I had recommended that the case be dismissed, he granted the petitioner 30 days to correct that.
So you were reversed in part?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember a case called McCracken v. Fulton County?
Yes, I do.
You were reversed in that case too, weren't you?
I believe that was in part, yes.
You remember a case called Bird v. Britton?
I do.
And were you reversed in that case?
In part, yes.
Okay. You remember I'm sorry. You remember a case called Allen v. Lackawanna County Board of Commissioners?
I believe I recall that case, Senator.
And you were reversed in that case too, weren't you?
I believe I was reversed in part in that case, yes.
You remember
multiple reversals of Biden's judicial nominee, including a controversial decision involving Penn State's Graham Spanier. Is this the kind of judgment we want on the federal bench? Watch as the senator lays out the case. This Senate judiciary hearing was anything but routine. A Biden judicial nominee under intense questioning faced a relentless line of inquiry from a U.S. senator who came armed with receipts, dozens of them, reversed rulings, ignored precedents, and one case in particular involving child sex abuse cover-ups that shocked the nation. Today, we're diving into a hearing that says a lot about what's at stake in our courts. You do not want to miss this. This is the story of Judge Mahalik, a nominee under President Biden, facing a moment that could define her legal legacy and your trust in the justice system. In less than 10 minutes, the senator rattled off over a dozen cases where Judge Mahalik was
about a case you've already discussed considerably, which is the Spanier versus Libby case. That's a case involving Graham Spanier, the former president of Pennsylvania State University, who was investigated, terminated, subsequently criminally charged for his role in covering up the child sex abuse crimes committed by Jerry Sandusky. The sentencing memo written by the prosecutors in that state case noted that Spanier had, quote, shown a stunning lack of remorse of his victims. It further called for him to be punished for, quote, choosing to protect his personal reputation and that of the university instead of the welfare of children. It further highlighted that Spanier, quote, was the ultimate decision maker when it came to reporting Sandusky. Your decision in that case was reversed unanimously by the Third Circuit. Is that correct?
A 3-judge panel of the circuit reversed my decision, yes.
Unanimously.
Yes.
The Third Circuit concluded that, quote, under clearly established federal law, state courts have considerable latitude to rule on the meaning of statutes. Yet you construed the rule more narrowly than the state courts to Spanier's benefit. Jerry Sandusky was an evil man. And Spanier, the ultimate decision maker, protected his own reputation at the expense of the children. Why did you deviate in your decision from clearly established federal law, particularly when it had the effect of protecting such a man?
Senator, the crimes of Jerry Sandusky are beyond horrible. They are unspeakable, and as a member of the community and as a mother of 2 children, they are the worst nightmare for most parents. That was not absent from my mind when I was looking at the case before me. The issue before me was whether the petitioner, who I looked at and treated as I would every habeas petitioner that comes in front of me, received due process in state court. I determined that there had been a violation of his due process rights in the use of the jury instruction that the state court had, and the Third Circuit disagreed with me.
The Third Circuit did more than that. Did the Third Circuit criticize your opinion for not only omitting relevant precedents, but also for not closely analyzing the case law that you did cite?
I can't recall verbatim what the Third Circuit opinion said.
Case stood out above all the others. Spanier v. Libby. Graham Spanier, former president of Penn State, was convicted for covering up child sex abuse by Jerry Sandusky. Let that sink in. Judge Mihalik overturned his conviction. Said he didn't get a fair trial because of jury instructions, but the Third Circuit, they weren't having it. You failed to cite, analyze, or properly apply the relevant case law. You protected a man who protected a predator.